When we talk about the natural wonders of our planet, few things shape our world as profoundly as rivers. They carve mountains, build civilizations, nourish nations, and connect cultures. And among them stand the giants, massive waterways that flow across entire continents, shaping life over thousands of kilometers. Today, we're diving deep into the 7 longest rivers on Earth. Rivers so vast, so powerful, and so influential that humanity itself has been built around them. From frozen Siberian landscapes to the beating heart of Africa, these waterways are far more than flowing water, they're living threads that stitch together the story of our planet. So sit back and relax, because these are the top 7 longest rivers in the world. Number 7. The Ob-Irtysh River System. We start our journey in the sweeping, icy expanse of Siberia, home to one of the most underappreciated river giants on Earth, the Ob-Irtysh River System, stretching an incredible 5,410 kilometers. While you may not hear its name as often as the Amazon or Nile, this river system is a quiet powerhouse. The journey begins with the Irtysh River, originating in the towering Altai Mountains of China. From there, it slices through the rugged landscapes of Kazakhstan before joining the mighty Ob River deep within Russia. Together, they form one of the longest freshwater arteries on the planet, snaking across northern Asia and finally emptying into the cold waters of the Arctic Ocean. This region is far from tropical paradise. Winters are brutal, freezing the river for months at a time. But when summer returns, the Ob-Irtysh system transforms into a vital lifeline for Siberian communities. It feeds wetlands, supports forests, and gives life to hundreds of species that depend on its waters, including one of the world's most unique freshwater animals, the Siberian sturgeon. The Ob Basin is also rich with energy resources, oil and natural gas reserves that play a major role in Russia's economy. For centuries, this river system has been a crucial transportation route. Before modern roads and railways, the Ob was the region's main superhighway, carrying people, food, and goods across thousands of kilometers. But perhaps most importantly, the Ob-Irtysh system demonstrates the delicate balance of northern ecosystems. Surviving in these extreme climates is a challenge, yet this river manages to support millions of lives, both human and wild. A reminder that not all greatness is loud, some of it flows quietly beneath the Siberian sky. Number 6. The Yellow River, Huanghe. Our next river is not just long, it is legendary. Flowing for 5,464 kilometers, China's Yellow River, or Huanghe, is often called the Mother River of Chinese civilization. And with good reason. For thousands of years, this river has been the cradle of dynasties, agriculture, culture, and innovation. The Yellow River begins high on the windswept Tibetan Plateau, where melting snow feeds into narrow mountain channels. As it travels eastward across China, it picks up enormous amounts of yellowish silt, fine, powder-like soil called loess, giving the river its iconic color and its name. But this silt does more than paint the river yellow. It makes the region incredibly fertile, allowing China's earliest civilizations to grow crops, build cities, and flourish more than 4,000 years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that the Yellow River helped shape one of the oldest continuous cultures in human history. Yet the same silt that gives life has also caused destruction. Over the centuries, the Yellow River has earned another title, China's sorrow. Its heavy silt deposits raise the riverbed, causing devastating floods that have reshaped entire regions. Some of the deadliest floods in human history occurred here, wiping out villages and changing the river's path. Despite this turbulent history, the Yellow River remains absolutely essential to China today. It flows through provinces home to millions of people. It irrigates farmland, powers industries, and supports massive hydroelectric projects designed to bring energy to some of the nation's largest cities. But the river also faces new challenges: pollution, overuse, and climate pressure. Protecting the Yellow River has become a national priority, because in many ways, the story of China is the story of this river, powerful, ancient, beautiful, and endlessly dynamic. Number 5. The Yenisei-Angara-Selenge River System. Next on our list is a river system that cuts through the heart of Siberia, the Yenisei-Angara-Selenge, stretching 5,539 kilometers, making it the longest river system flowing into the Arctic Ocean. This journey begins in Mongolia, where the Selenge River gathers strength from tributaries in the highlands. From there, it flows into Lake Baikal, the deepest lake on Earth and home to some of the world's most unique freshwater species. But Baikal isn't the end of the story. The Angara River emerges from the lake's western shore, the only river that flows out of Baikal, carrying its ancient waters northward. Eventually, the Angara joins the massive Yenisei, one of the world's great northern rivers. This powerful flow continues north, cutting directly across Siberia until it finally reaches the Kara Sea. Few rivers on Earth travel through landscapes as varied as this. The Yenisei system passes through mountains, forests, frozen plains, and remote wildernesses untouched by modern development. Winters here are fierce, temperatures can drop below -40 degrees Celsius. Yet life persists, from reindeer herds to Siberian tigers in the southern forests. This river system is also an essential source of hydroelectric power. Enormous dams, especially on the Angara River, generate millions of kilowatts of electricity. Cities like Krasnoyarsk rely on its power, its transportation routes, and its life-giving water. But beyond the human connection, the Yenisei-Angara Selange system is a symbol of raw natural strength. It is vast, cold, remote, and breathtaking, one of Earth's final frontiers, flowing through some of the most isolated landscapes imaginable. Number 4. The Mississippi-Missouri River System. At number 4, we travel to North America to meet one of the continent's greatest natural landmarks, the Mississippi-Missouri River System, spanning 6,275 kilometers. If America had a backbone, this would be it. The Mississippi River begins quietly in northern Minnesota, at a small, peaceful lake called Itasca. From there, it grows steadily larger as it flows southward. Over its journey, it meets the Missouri River, its largest tributary, which begins in the Rocky Mountains of Montana. Combined, they create the fourth longest river system on Earth and the beating heart of the United States. The Mississippi system has shaped American history for centuries. Indigenous nations lived along its banks long before European explorers arrived. In the 19th century, it became a superhighway for trade, culture, and migration. Cities like St. Louis, Memphis, and New Orleans owe their growth to this powerful river. Today, the Mississippi remains one of the most important commercial waterways in the world. Massive barges transport grain, oil, coal, and goods along its length. It supports millions of jobs across agriculture, shipping, and industry. But the river's impact isn't only economic, it's environmental. The Mississippi Basin drains nearly half of the continental United States, feeding ecosystems filled with fish, birds, wetlands, and forests. Yet the river faces challenges. Pollution, sediment runoff, and habitat loss have threatened its health. Rising sea levels and hurricanes impact its delta, where the river meets the Gulf of Mexico. Despite these obstacles, the Mississippi-Missouri River system endures as a symbol of American strength, resilience, and identity. It is a river of stories, stories of hardship, opportunity, community, and transformation. A river that continues to shape a nation. Number 3. The Yangtze River. Next, we return to Asia to explore the longest river entirely within one country, the Yangtze River, stretching 6,300 kilometers across China. Few rivers are as important to their nation as the Yangtze. It begins high in the Tibetan Plateau before carving a path eastward through some of China's most stunning landscapes, snowy peaks, deep gorges, lush valleys, and bustling mega-cities. The Yangtze Basin is home to nearly one-third of China's population, making it one of the most densely populated river regions on Earth. The Yangtze River is the powerhouse of modern China. It supports massive agricultural regions, transports goods across thousands of kilometers, and fuels hydroelectric megaprojects like the Three Gorges Dam, one of the largest power stations in the world. But beyond industry, the Yangtze is a cradle of history. For thousands of years, it served as a cultural and economic lifeline. Ancient kingdoms rose along its banks. Farmers depended on its seasonal floods to fertilize their land. Poets, philosophers, and explorers found inspiration in its beauty. The river is also home to rare species like the finless porpoise and the giant Chinese sturgeon. Sadly, the Yangtze River dolphin, known as the beiji, is believed to be functionally extinct, a tragic reminder of the pressures placed on this river. Today, China is investing heavily in restoring and protecting the Yangtze. Cleanup efforts, fishing bans, and conservation programs aim to ensure that this ancient river survives for generations to come. More than water, more than history, the Yangtze is a living pulse of China, carrying tradition and progress side by side. Number 2. The Amazon River. Now we travel to South America to meet a river that needs no introduction, the one and only Amazon River, stretching 6,400 kilometers, making it the second longest river on Earth, though by volume it is by far the largest. The Amazon holds more water than the next 7 largest rivers combined. It is a freshwater giant, a roaring, unstoppable force. The river begins high in the Peruvian Andes before winding eastward across the vast Amazon rainforest, the largest rainforest on the planet, sometimes called the lungs of the earth. More species live here than anywhere else on Earth. Jaguars, pink river dolphins, piranhas, anacondas, and over 2,000 species of fish call the Amazon home. This river doesn't just support life, it creates life. During the rainy season, the Amazon swells so dramatically that it can stretch over 40 kilometers wide in some places. Forests flood, ecosystems shift, and animals adapt to a world where trees grow in water. This seasonal transformation is one of Earth's most extraordinary natural phenomena. Human life along the Amazon is equally diverse. Dozens of indigenous communities rely on the river for food, travel, and culture. Many have lived here for thousands of years, developing deep knowledge of the rainforest and its rhythms. Yet the Amazon faces threats: deforestation, illegal mining, pollution, and climate change all put this river system at risk. Protecting the Amazon is not just a regional priority, it's a global necessity. Because the Amazon isn't just a river, it is a planet-shaping force that influences weather, ecosystems, and climate across continents. Number 1. The Nile River. And finally, we reach number 1, the legendary Nile River, stretching 6,650 kilometers, making it the longest river in the world. Few rivers carry the weight of history like the Nile. It begins deep in Africa, fed by 2 major tributaries, the White Nile, starting in East Africa, and the Blue Nile, beginning in the Ethiopian highlands. These waters merge in Sudan before flowing northward across Egypt and emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. The Nile is the reason ancient Egypt existed. Its annual floods deposited rich silt across the land, allowing farmers to grow crops in one of the driest regions on Earth. Without the Nile, the pyramids, the pharaohs, and the incredible legacy of Egyptian civilization would simply not have been possible. Even today, the Nile is the lifeline of Egypt and Sudan. More than 100 million people depend on its waters for drinking, farming, fishing, and electricity. Cities like Cairo, Luxor, and Khartoum grew directly along its banks. The Nile is also a river of contrasts. In some regions, it flows through harsh desert landscapes. In others, it passes through lush wetlands and wildlife reserves, home to hippos, crocodiles, and countless bird species. Modern challenges include water disputes between nations, population growth, and climate pressures. But despite these obstacles, the Nile remains a symbol of life, resilience, and ancient wonder. It is more than a river, it is a heritage, a lifeline, and a monument carved by nature itself. Did you enjoy this video? Check out other clips of Amazing 7 and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified our latest videos.